form 4, Ataru. So out of all the forms, for me, Ataru is the most batshit crazy one. It is insanely fast and it combines speed and simply going through opponents with acrobatics.
Well, you have, my old Padawan. Uh-oh.
So I actually think it's one of the hardest to perform because most people can't do tricking or gymnastics off the bat. You can pick up a lightsaber and do some stuff, but backflips, back somersaults, handsprings, cartwheels, aerials, that's a whole different level that you would have to train for separately. So please don't think you can do that and end up hurting yourself. But anyway, in terms of the sword that I would attach to the form of Ataru, I would go with the Xian. If you've ever seen wushu practitioners use this at speed, you don't really see too many defensive elements. There are some there. I think there's the kind of like thrust and going around the back to deal with anything that is behind you. But in general, it's cut and turn, cut, turn, spin, cut, turn, fly in the air, and so on and so forth.
Jian is one of the most widely practiced short weapons of wushu, a double-edged straight sword. Its influence goes beyond the realm of wushu and has deep cultural connotations. Jianshu is characterized by its graceful, elegant, brisk, agile, and naturally flowing motions.
In terms of the wrist, because you can stand still and still do Ataru. If you're doing Ataru and the opponent is strong enough to be in front of you and not allow you to progress forward, there's a lot of this movement. Yes, it's in Makashi, but I find that there is a bit of a Filipino influence, if I can even get to the sticks. And there is a Filipino influence in Star Wars. In fact, if you go back to Form 2, the hilt of Count Dooku is Filipino influence. And there are videos out there to show you that. So obviously, yes, you can do that with Makashi, but Filipino martial arts do this very, very fast because they use smaller swords. If you're doing Ataru with one hand, you can go at a blistering pace. Two hand is kind of okay, but one hand whilst you're spinning around, unstoppable, which makes sense to why Yoda actually chooses it, because no one is really standing up against Yoda to counter what he's got, except for the Emperor.